until I told him to stop. That's the kind of man Brandon K is. I think if you tried to do that to David Lawless right now, he'd be puking in a bucket.
Listen, you said it perfectly, Paul. The accomplishments and the legendary career of Brandon K is exactly why David Lawless targeted Brandon K himself. David Lawless wants to make his name off of the legacy of Brandon K. David Lawless wants to be the one that can say that he finally put Brandon K out of action after an 18-year career. That's what this comes down to. This is an ego trip for David Lawless.
I totally agree with that. You know, Brandon and I have faced in the ring as well. And I'm sorry if this sounds like it's personal to me, because it is. But, you know, when Brandon and I were in the ring, it was always about the competition. For David Lawless, he just wants to try to hurt Brandon K, and he did hurt Brandon K. But what he's going to find out is you cannot put Brandon K down. That goes to the point of my story with running the ring ropes. Brandon K will not stop. He will not quit. And somewhere down the line, David Lawless is going to get his.
And think about it, Paul. Really think about it. David Lawless wants to make a name for himself, wants to make his name off of Brandon K's legacy. Since he attacked Brandon K, kick out here from Lee. Since Lawless put his hands on Brandon K, the topic of conversation around Ryse is exactly what David Lawless wanted. Lawless got people talking about David Lawless, and that was his entire plan. And quite frankly, it does make me sick. I know we're supposed to be impartial up here, but I'm going to tell you what. David Lawless is a low-life individual.
I know we're supposed to be impartial, but like I said, this is kind of personal for me right
Brandon
now.
K is the reason we're all here. Let's be honest.
Okay, guys. If the rep can clear this up, because enough of the hug fest. Let's get down to business and be professionals. Paul, I appreciate it. I respect it. But let's just call it like it is. In this business, perception is reality. Lawless took care of business, so the perception is he's on top of his game because he took out the kingpin. I mean, can you guys blame him?
I totally don't blame him, Rev. Again, unfortunately, I do apologize for my...
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.